Conviction vacated.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And not too bad of a morning out there. A little breeze, though.
A little breeze, but that air feels more like a March
Doesn't
air,
it?
like
Yeah.
an early April air. And today, potentially record-setting day with highs in the upper 50s, low 60s. To start out your day, temperatures are in the 30s. A look across central New York, 35 in Rome, 37 Hamilton, 40 in Syracuse, but near 50 out in Buffalo. In fact, even 50 up in Watertown. And these warmer temperatures will surge in from the south as the morning and afternoon progresses. So again, potentially record-setting warmth for today as well as tomorrow. But that is short-lived, at least temporarily. We have a flash freeze Wednesday night, dropping temperatures from the 60s down to as low as the teens by early Thursday morning. And following that, before we get to warmer temperatures later on in the week, we could be seeing some lake effect snow, and some locations could see at least a good amount of accumulation. But for the next 12 hours, enjoy the almost spring-like, late April type weather with temperatures soaring into the upper 50s to low 60s. Overall, pretty dry. A chance for a spotty shower late. Scattered showers tonight, better chance for rain tomorrow, and again, that huge drop in temperature. We'll talk about that, plus the risks and the exact timing of it straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Democrats in the state legislature rejected
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. We have a look at your commute cast as you head out the door and head home from work today. First off, a look at those drive times heading to work. Looking at pretty average drive times and speeds on those roadways for the arterial. Same thing for I-90 east and west. And then, of course, along 5S east and west. Drive times around 17 to 18 minutes. Average speed is 62 to 64 miles per hour down on Route 49 from Utica to Rome and back. And for today, it's a mild start relatively by February standards. Temperatures already in the mid 30s in some spots, but sunshine peeking out. A pretty pleasant drive to work today, and even more pleasant of a drive heading back from work today, with temperatures climbing into the upper 50s to as high as the low 60s. Very spring-like weather as we head into the next 12 or so hours. Besides that, a few spotty showers begin to develop following sunset tonight, scattered showers overnight, and a little bit more unsettled tomorrow with more rain, and we're tracking that warm up again tomorrow, plus that cool down straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. There's a measles dilemma down in Florida.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Today is starting out a bit on the mild side in some locations, and potentially record-setting temperatures are going to be reached as we approach the afternoon. A live look at downtown Utica right now, currently 36 degrees, quiet conditions, relatively clear skies across central New York. As look at all the temperatures, 39 Westernville, 26 up in Inlet, 25 Little Falls, 27 Cooperstown, 41 down in Oneonta, and then 27 as you head out to Chenango County in Norwich. Records to break today. We have 62 for the record high set back in 2000, and even for tomorrow, record high of 60 set back in 1954. We already broke 3 records this month, and we could have potential breaking 2 more in what's been a already winterless winter here in central New York. Radar showing quiet conditions here locally, and again, warming up into the 50s, eventually in some spots, the low 60s, with relatively dry weather for the most part this morning. But as we approach the late evening, that's when weather turns more unsettled, and we'll see a few scattered rain showers. But for now, we'll enjoy some of the sunshine for this morning as clouds begin to increase as we head into the rest of this evening. Wind gusts. When we get warm weather in February, or at least the winter months, usually it means that we have a surge of a southern air, and that's the case for the hilltop south of the Mohawk Valley. But following that, we've got blustery, windy, very windy conditions heading into Wednesday evening following a very strong cold front. Now for today, we're seeing sunshine, temperatures climbing into the upper 50s, low 60s, pretty dry, increasing clouds a little after sunset with a few scattered rain showers overnight tonight. A very mild start for your Wednesday. Temperatures already in the upper 40s to in some spots, low 50s. A few scattered rain showers. These might prevent the temperature from reaching 60 again. But with that strong southerly air, it is still possible for the 60-degree temperature to be reached and that record to be broken. But the main story is following that warm air, a very strong cold front. Look at the temperatures here. Fultonville, 58, down into the 30s at Morrisville. Switching over from rain to snow, dropping down into the 20s and teens by Thursday morning. And following that, you can see here, there's a potential for an organized lake effect snow band to fall just south of the Mohawk Valley. But for today, across central New York, temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s, mostly sunny, spotty rain in the evening tonight. Temperatures falling into the 40s with scattered rain showers. 7-day forecast, 61 in the high tomorrow, windy and breezy, down to 19. A huge fall back into the 20s by Thursday, but it's short-lived as we head into Friday, the first day of actually, yeah, it should be the first day of March. I'm forgetting it's a leap year, too. It's going to be warmer, feeling more like spring heading into next weekend.
Seems like we're breaking records a lot this month.
Yeah, 3 already, and we could break 2 more. Wow. Almost 5 records broken this
That's got to be a record in itself.
Yeah.
Eric, thanks. The time now, 5:22. Still ahead on Sunrise and Aviation. Today is Tuesday, February 27th, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And with some warm details.
Yeah, that's right. A pretty quiet start today. Sunshine only peeking out, and it's going to be feeling warm. Yeah. Temperatures in the 50s, eventually reaching near 60 this afternoon. But to start out, we're in the 30s. Look across central New York this morning. Again, it's a pretty quiet start. A few clouds out to the west, clear skies here locally, but look at the difference in temperature. You go from 35 in Rome up to 50 in Watertown, but then you head over to Saranac Lake for 18 degrees. So mixing is quite a thing in the atmosphere, at least when we have all that warm air moving in from the south. What we're tracking for the next few hours, again, record warmth possible not only for today, but as well as tomorrow. But this is short-lived temporarily with a flash freeze Wednesday night, dropping temperatures from the 60s down to as low as the teens. And we're tracking lake effect snow following that heading into Thursday. But again, the cold is temporary. The actual warming trend continues over the next week or so. But for now, enjoy the spring-like weather with temperatures climbing into the 60s by this afternoon. Sunshine turns to a few scattered showers tonight. We're tracking that plus the rain tomorrow and that very strong cool down by Wednesday night straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Former President Trump is appealing his...
Welcome back. Is it spring or is it winter still? And that's the question not only we are asking, but some local plants as well. This is a photo submitted in New Hartford, and you can see right here some of these flowers aren't quite sure if it's winter or spring just yet. And yes, the warm weather is nice to experience in February, but that still is concerning, especially for local farmers, for those of you who are growing any plants, anything that these plants are fooled by the warmer temperatures. Then that frost comes in late. That was a huge issue for the apple crop last year, and we hope it doesn't happen again, at least for this year. But those temperatures today, again, very spring-like, approaching the low 60s, upper 50s in a lot of spots. Here in Utica on the warmer side of things. Tonight, lows falling only into the 40s, and looking at the next several days, there is one outlier here. We got 60s, 40s, 50s, and a 27 for Thursday. We have a very cold day for there, as well as lake effect snow that will melt by the time we head into the coming weekend. We'll talk about that lake effect snow, plus the cool down and the warming stretch ahead, straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The U.S. Supreme Court is weighing arguments in a pair of cases.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, welcome back. This morning it's been on the mild side in some spots, other locations a little bit cooler as we're tracking some mixing with that warm air pushing down from the upper levels into the lower levels of the atmosphere. Live look at Oneonta right now, temperature is 43 degrees, but as you head north into Otsego County, a little cooler. Mohawk Valley, 38 degrees at Westmoreland, 24 down in Little Falls, 26 up at Inlet, 40 out in Lowville. In the Southern Valley, same thing here, 26 Cooperstown, but you head down the road, you're down to up to 43 in Oneonta, but then back down to 27 degrees in Unadilla. It's all again due to mixing in the atmosphere. You got warmer air above that colder air near the surface and stronger winds mix that in. Currently 35, the max temperature today officially in Rome, and we could break not only the record for today set back in 2000, but the record for tomorrow set back in 1954. Both of them were in the low 60s. A live look for Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet right now and remaining dry for the morning and early afternoon as those temperatures continue to climb very spring-like into the upper 50s to as high as the low 60s, and enjoy that sunshine today because things turn more unsettled with some more spotty rain showers tonight and tomorrow. Another thing too with the rain and the warmer temperatures is we're going to see some of that wind, blustery conditions heading into Wednesday night following a very strong cold front. But for now, temperatures climbing into the upper 50s to low 60s, plenty of sunshine. Again, a spotty rain shower or two this evening, scattered rain showers tonight. Lows only falling into the upper 40s to low 50s. A very mild start for your Wednesday. And with the rain showers, it might prevent temperatures from climbing as warm as today, but regardless, it's going to be still mild with 50s and upper 50s in the Mohawk Valley. Then, following this system, we'll be seeing a strong cold front near 60, cooling down into the 30s, eventually the 20s and teens by the time Thursday morning starts. And then following that, we're seeing some lingering, sustained lake effect snow in a single band south of the valley that could produce at least a good amount of accumulation before it weakens and shifts north. And for today, across central New York, temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s, mostly sunny, spotty rain in the evening tonight. Scattered rain showers, lows in the 40s. 7-day forecast, a pretty mild start for tomorrow, 61 the high for Wednesday, and then look at that temperature drop, 61 during the daytime, 19 casually during the nighttime. Just, you know, a casual 40-degree difference right there. But beyond that, that's only the final day of February, the first day of March, more spring-like.
Yeah, we don't mind those one-day dips.
Yeah, as long as we're back up to the 40s and 50s by the weekend.
Yeah, after setting records, right?
Yeah.
Eric, thanks. Well, with Russia's war in Ukraine, February 27th, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And records were made to be broken.
Yeah, that's right, especially for today and into tomorrow, too. And this morning, it's a mild start in some spots. Other locations, a little cooler. In fact, let's take a look at those temperatures because there's a huge difference if whether you're on a hilltop or in the valley. Valleys are seeing some radiational cooling. Those temperatures are falling down into the low 30s, 33 Rome, but you head up into areas that are seeing strong winds from the south, near 50 up in Watertown, but more locally, down in Paris and Sequoia, temperatures in the mid-40s. But again, you head into the valley, near Frankfort, Schuyler, down to 34 to 31 degrees. Regardless of the starting temperatures today, we are tracking record warmth for this afternoon as well as tomorrow. But this is short-lived temporarily with a flash freeze possible tomorrow night that will drop temperatures from the 60s and 50s down into the 20s and 10s. Then following that, lake effect snow on Thursday, primarily south of the Mohawk Valley. More on that in just a few minutes. But again, for today, it's going to be mild Temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s, with sunshine giving way to a few scattered rain showers heading into tonight and early tomorrow. Unsettled tomorrow as well. We're tracking that cool down, and then following that, a warming trend straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Democrats in the state legislature.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. We have a look at your morning and evening commute as you head to and from work today. First off, a look at those road conditions heading to work. Noting here, nothing out of the ordinary. I-90 hauling pretty good at 70 miles per hour average speed. Eastward, 63 average speed at Little Falls to Utica. Arterial, 6-minute drive, average speed between 45 and 55 miles per hour. 5S east and west, looking pretty average. And lastly, around a 60 to 65 mile per hour commute drive speed for Utica to Rome and back. Now for your morning commute today, again, we got sunshine. It's a bit cool in some spots, but overall no travel impacts are expected. Dry. Grab those sunglasses, keep them handy not only for the morning commute, but also for the evening commute. We're not tracking any unsettled weather at least until 5, 6, maybe 7 p.m. with a few spotty rain showers, but still remaining mild with temperatures as high as the upper 50s to low 60s. Gary?
Get out and enjoy it.
Yes, I'm going to go for a run.
Training for this weekend.
Yeah, I have to try.
That's for sure. Well, there's a measles.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Here's a live look at Oneonta right now. Some morning clouds, but a beautiful shower here as those temperatures continue to remain in the 40s in the higher elevations. A bit cooler as you head into the valleys. And those current local temperatures, 39 degrees Westernville, 38 degrees in Westmoreland, 29 Inlet. But heading up to Lowville, 40 degrees. Southern Valleys, same thing. 40s in Oneonta, 27 Unadilla, 27 Norwich, and 30 degrees in Sherburne. Regardless of the morning temperatures, we are expected to at least get close to or break a few of them, well, at least records for today as well as tomorrow. Record high 62 set back in 2000. Record is 60 degrees set back in 1954 for tomorrow. And in the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 at live radar, we're looking at entirely quiet conditions this morning, and we are expected to remain dry for this morning, this afternoon, and the early evening as those temperatures surge into the upper 50s to low 60s. But as you can see here, weather will start to turn a bit more unsettled following sunset as a few scattered rain showers begin to arrive, and we'll be seeing on and off rain heading the overnight and into early parts of Wednesday. Now, with the warmer temperatures in wintertime, usually it comes with a strong south wind, and that's the case right here. Strong south wind on the hilltop south of the Mohawk Valley, but as we head into tomorrow evening, a strong westerly wind from a very strong cold front will push through central New York. Now, breaking down the cold front, because there are several different steps to this system. Again, today, into the 50s and 60s, sunshine, quiet weather, increasing clouds tonight, a few scattered rain showers overnight and into early tomorrow morning. Temperatures tomorrow morning starting out very mild in the 40s and 50s, and a few spotty rain showers on and off throughout the day. Some of these rain showers could produce a rumble of thunder or two. Then, by tomorrow evening, near 60, cooling down into the 30s, and then eventually as that cold front passes, into the 20s and then teens. So a very sharp cool down. There's a potential for a flash freeze as the rain washes away pre-treatment on roads, but it'll be brief. It'll be mainly a late Wednesday evening issue. But following that, Thursday morning, we could be seeing a strong lake effect snow band in an isolated area south of the Mohawk Valley. It could shift a little far north or south, but the main gist is we could see some additional lake effect heading into Thursday. But that's temporary, though. Today, across central New York, high temperatures climbing into the upper 50s, low 60s, mostly sunny, spotty rain this evening. Tonight, lows falling down into the 40s with scattered rain showers. And your 7-day forecast, temperatures in the 60s for tomorrow. Again, breezy and windy, a sharp cool down into the teens Wednesday night. Windy conditions early Thursday, lake effect snow, 20s for the highs. But then we rebound back into the 40s by the first day of March, into the 50s by Saturday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And that sunshine, that sunrise behind us is looking pretty good already.
Yeah, beautiful start to the day, and temperatures a little cool in some spots, warming up pretty quickly into the 50s and eventually 60s.
Wow.
But I was talking about you right before we went on air. We have near Powerball numbers for the forecast for the next 7 or so days.
Let's check those numbers
Yeah, look
out.
at the numbers as we head into today, tomorrow, and eventually the rest of the week here. We got 62, 61, 27, 49, 52, 57. Now, of course, one of these numbers is not like the other. You can see, obviously, it's 27. It is a very sharp cool down by the middle of the week, but it's only temporary as we are still in a very mild stretch to end the final few days of February and the first few days of March. But right now, temperatures in the 30s at Rome, 37 out in Syracuse, near 50 in Watertown. We've got valleys a little cooler than those hilltops due to mixing. And what we're tracking for today, again, record warmth possible not only for today, but as well as tomorrow. We are looking at a flash freeze Wednesday night. That's why we saw those temperatures on that Powerball graphic right there down in the 20s. But beyond that, lake effect snow Thursday. This could impact an isolated area primarily south of the Mohawk Valley. More on that in just a few minutes. But again, for today, highs in the upper 50s, low 60s. We're tracking this warm surge near record-setting temperatures. Before we cool down again tonight, only in the 40s before we're looking at more rain showers by Wednesday and that sharp cool down. We'll talk about exactly how cold it gets overnight Wednesday straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. As college...
Welcome back. The main question this winter, of course, is it winter or is it spring? And that's the question that some of the local plants and flowers have been asking as well, blooming very soon in the still late half of February into the early parts of March. This one right here sent in New Hartford, and yes, the warm air is pleasant, especially after a cold stretch in January and a mild stretch start out February. 60s are nice, but this is a concern for local plants, crops as well, especially when you get a late frost after a lot of flowers have already budded. In the case of last year with the apple blossoms, unfortunately causing an issue with the apple crop. But again, today, those temperatures continue to climb into the 40s, 50s, eventually low 60s in the Mohawk Valley. And as we look ahead to the next few days, 61 for the high for tomorrow, but then a sharp drop into the 20s by Thursday. Lake effect snow temporarily, but that'll melt as we head into the 40s and 50s by Friday and Saturday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The U.S. Supreme Court is weighing arguments in a pair of...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. We're looking at another beautiful start to the day today, a bit on the cold side, but warming up quickly into the 40s, 50s, and in some cases, low 60s this afternoon. A live look at Oneonta, the sunrise about 7 minutes ago officially. A beautiful shot in the city of the hills right there. A nice, colorful sunrise. Temperature at 43 degrees in Oneonta. Hilltops are warmer than the valleys this morning due to radiational cooling in the valleys and then mixing with that strong south wind in the higher elevations. You can see here Lowville at 40, Westmoreland at 38 degrees, 24 down in Little Falls. Into the south, 43 Oneonta, but heading down 98, 27 down in Unadilla. We have the potential for breaking not one, but two more records. After breaking 3 records earlier this month, we could break 62 for the high set back in 2000, and then 60 degrees with that record high set back in 19 at 54 for tomorrow. But for now, things are quiet. on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. And again, highs for today climb into the 40s, 50s, eventually low 60s in the lowest elevations, remaining dry with sunshine until the late evening. And with warm temperatures in the wintertime, usually it comes with a strong southerly wind, especially in the south, the hills just south of the Mohawk Valley. But following that, we'll be seeing widespread strong winds from that strong cold front set to arrive on Wednesday. So I'm heading straight to this because we're going to be talking about multiple risks with this system arriving Wednesday night. First off, today though, no risks expected. Sunshine, temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s. Increasing clouds, a few spotty rain showers overnight tonight. Tomorrow, scattered rain showers on and off throughout the day. Highs in the upper 50s, low 60s. Some of these rain showers could produce a rumble of thunder or two with elevated convection. But here's the cold front right here. You can see those temperatures in the 60s and 50s, cooling down into the 30s, eventually low 30s, 20s, and then 10s. Now, this will cause a potential for a flash freeze, the rain washing away the pretreatment on roads, and then roads becoming a little icy. But following that, we're looking at a strong lake effect event, and it's looking to be primarily south of the Mohawk Valley. Notice here a sustained lake effect band that could produce isolated snow totals between 6, some cases high as near a foot of snow, but it's still a little too early to put an isolated track on it just yet. We'll, of course, talk about this more in detail as we approach tomorrow and eventually into Thursday. But for today, across central New York, temperatures in the 40s, eventually in the 50s and 60s for highs. Tonight, cooling down into the 40s with a few scattered rain showers. Your 7-day forecast, again, pretty mild today and tomorrow, down into the teens Wednesday night, windy for Thursday, lake effect snow, but temporary back into the 40s and 50s by next weekend. Gary?
Thanks. With Russia's war in Ukraine.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
With yet what may be another record breaker.
Yes, that's right. A record-setting day possible this afternoon as those temperatures surge from the 30s this morning into as high as the 60s.
Wow.
For this afternoon. Good amount of sunshine today, too, as well. As a matter of fact, you might want to use some of these temperatures the next few days as your Powerball numbers. We take a look at those temperatures, not only for today, but heading into the rest of the work week. We've got 60s today and tomorrow. Your Powerball number, I'd go with 27, although I think, what is it, 29 the high, or is it 26, the max number for Powerball? I haven't played it in a while, but anyways, into the 40s and 50s by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. In Mohawk Valley, 31 degrees, but a huge difference depending on where you are based off the hilltops, near 50 up in Watertown right now. And what we're tracking, again, record warmth today, possible as well as tomorrow. A flash freeze possible Wednesday night could cause some icy roadways briefly, and then following that, lake effect snow in some locations on Thursday. But for the next 12 hours, again, temperatures climbing quickly into the 40s, 50s, and in some spots, the low to mid 60s. With plentiful sunshine, but things turn more unsettled tonight. Overnight lows falling into the 40s with scattered rain showers, mild and warm tomorrow. And then again, that cool down. We'll let you know exactly how cold it gets straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Democrats in the state legislature.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. We are starting out the day with quiet conditions, some sunshine peeking out. A live look outside from our camera atop Hartwick College in Oneonta. Gorgeous sunrise right here as well. It will be a very warm and very spring-like day. Currently 45 in Oneonta. We have 2 records to break for today as well as tomorrow. Record high 62 set back in 2000 for today, and then 60 record high set back in 1954 for tomorrow. We could easily break both of these records with temperatures expected to climb into the upper 50s to low 60s for today as well as tomorrow. But for now, quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and heading straight to our Skycast because we're talking about active weather that could impact the late evening hours Wednesday and the early morning hours for Thursday. Starting out today, It's quiet, sunshine, temperatures climbing in the upper 50s, low 60s, a decent southeastern wind. This evening and tonight, a few scattered rain showers remaining unsettled here and there. On and off rain showers to start out your Wednesday with temperatures starting out in the 40s and 50s. Then another mild to warm day for tomorrow. Scattered rain showers, and then here comes that very strong cold front from the 50s and 60s down into the 30s and eventual 20s and teens overnight and into early Thursday morning. So overnight Wednesday, potential for a flash freeze as widespread rain could wash away pre-treatment on roads. Roads could be icy. Following that, Thursday, we're tracking a lake effect snow band that will remain stationary either south of the Mohawk Valley, maybe a single band up north. We're going to fine tune that forecast as the day gets closer. But for today, again, temperatures warming up into the upper 50s, low 60s, mostly sunny, spotty rain in the evening. Tonight, scattered rain showers at lows in the 40s. 7-day forecast, cooling down into the teens Wednesday night, high of 27 Thursday, warming back up Friday into Saturday.
I'm Kevin Dineen, coach of the Utica Comets.
News with Steve McMurray.
And good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I am Steve McMurray, in for Gary this noontime.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we may be able to break another record today. Been a very strange winter. We've talked about it when I was filling in the morning show there, that much more spring-like than winter-like. And I don't know how to say I'm the good luck charm, but 60 degrees and I'm on the area. I'm just saying.
Yeah, 60 degrees, yeah, and we beat 3 records earlier in the month. We have a chance to beat 2 more the next 2 days. In fact, right now, look at that current temperature. As you can see here, 59 the max temp today. We are shy by 3 degrees to break the record set back in 2062. Even so, even tomorrow, a record high of 60 set back in 1954 is also in jeopardy of being broken, as we are expected to remain in this mild stretch heading into the next few days. Around the state, you can see here in the 60s out in Syracuse, actually upper 60. Look at that, 67 Syracuse, 69 in Rochester. We're talking about late February, and it's near 70 in western New York. So definitely a mild temperature out there right now, and of course quiet across central New York. And over the next 12 hours, again, we're still starting out with temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s, cooling down heading into this evening back into the 40s, but warming back up again as we're tracking another very spring-like day for tomorrow. Then a sharp cool down as we head into Wednesday night. We'll talk about that and the impacts that could be expected with travel straight ahead. Steve?
All right, so enjoy the next 24 hours, certainly. Thanks a lot, Eric. Well, Democrats in the state legislature.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Very spring-like weather out there with temperatures already climbing into the 50s in the Mohawk Valley. In fact, great weather to open up those windows. If you haven't done so yet, let in that fresh air outside. This will be a great time to do it for the next few hours. However, as we approach the late evening, we have a few frowny faces here because that means that we are looking at more unsettled weather right after sunset. A few scattered rain showers. Some of them could be with a few rumbles of thunder as at least ahead of a cold front begins to arrive by tonight. However, a very strong cold front is still on the way heading into tomorrow night. Downtown Utica, though, gorgeous blue skies. Again, feeling very comfortable with temperatures in the upper 50s, and across central New York, you can see here 62 West Berlin, 55 at Big Moose, and 57 down in Oneonta. And a live look at the radar, things are looking pretty quiet here locally, but out to the west, look at this right here. We got a line of numerous thunderstorms, lots of lightning right here, just west of Buffalo, and it is still the last few days of February. Highs for today will climb into the low to, in some cases, mid-60s before cooling down into the mid-40s, upper 50s in some spots. Rain chances holding off for the most part until after sunset, 6, 7 p.m. That's when a few spotty rain showers push through parts of central New York. Now, I'm heading straight to our Skycast because we've got a lot to cover in the span of a few days. Again, this afternoon, looking dry. This evening tonight, a few spotty rain showers. Tomorrow, a mild start with temperatures already in the upper 40s, low 50s. On and off rain showers throughout the day. Then as we head into Wednesday night, that's when things get even more impactful. We've got a lineup of some heavier rain showers by 5, 6 p.m. This will quickly bring down those temperatures from as high as the upper 50s, low 60s, down into the 30s, then the 20s, then the 10s in some spots. So because of that, there's a potential for a flash freeze as rain showers will wash off any pre-treated roads. It'll be temporary, though. Our next concern will be following that. Heading into Thursday morning, we've got a very, at least notable and sustained lake effect snow band going directly across central New York. Our thoughts are it will be generally just south of the Mohawk Valley along those hilltops, but if you are traveling between Utica and Syracuse Thursday morning, a heads up, you could encounter whiteout conditions, especially along I-90 and farther south along Route 20 as you head into Thursday, or at least late Thursday morning. But we'll have more on that coming up tomorrow, as well as, of course, staying on it for Thursday morning as well. Today across central New York, temperatures in the 60s, mostly sunny, a few rain showers late tonight, scattered showers, lows falling into the 40s. 7-day forecast, again a very warm day tomorrow, down into the teens Wednesday night. Windy, cold, and snowy for Thursday, but that's the outlier here. Look at this, Steve. We've got 40s for Friday, back into the 50s for the Heart Run and Walk on Saturday, dodging a rain shower, but looking mostly dry for the weekend.
Wow, that is a mixed bag right there. Beautiful today, then it's going to rain, then it's going to be beautiful tomorrow, but then it's going to storm with heavy winds. And any lake effect issues that you're thinking of? If it's going to be that much of a change?
I'm thinking that it might be reduced visibility between Utica and Syracuse Thursday morning, especially along I-90, but we'll fine-tune it as we get more information.
Right. Well, another thing I was going to tell you, too, right? When it storms, everybody blames you, Bill. Yeah. So take credit for this, my friend.
It's beautiful out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Gage. All right. Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Eric. Well, adults across the U.S. are being diagnosed with
Welcome back. We're taking a look at our season snowfall total so far, and as you can see here, it is still falling farther and farther behind. We actually surpassed 50 inches below average here in Utica, 28.2 inches a date. Our average for this time of year, near 80 inches of snowfall. So this very atypical winter continues on. And another scene where there's a lack of snow is in Cooperstown, and it's feeling very spring-like, currently at 62 balmy degrees down in Otsego County, and Mohawk Valley just a little cooler at 59, but we'll get an update at that weather station right before the hour comes to an end. 61, though, down in Hamilton, near 70 out in Rochester. And over the next 12 hours, we remain in the upper 50s, low 60s, before cooling down, heading into the late evening after sunset with a few scattered rain showers. Some of them could produce a rumble of thunder or two. We've got another mild day tomorrow, then a very sharp cool down that could cause some travel impacts, not only for Wednesday night, but also for Thursday morning with lake effect. We'll talk about that in detail straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Bassett Healthcare Network is making a
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Another warm day in store for us today as temperatures continue to climb into the upper 50s to low 60s with beautiful blue skies. A live look at downtown Utica right now. Again, the same story. Up a few degrees within the past half hour, currently at 58. A little warmer down in Oneonta at 61 degrees with still some gorgeous blue skies down there as well. And across central New York, something to note too as well is Westmoreland is at 65 degrees right now, 5 degrees shy of 70. We haven't officially broken the record, as the record stands at Griffiths in Rome of 62. We're currently waiting for the data to come in for that within the next few minutes. But in the Southern Valley, as you can see here, 59 Norwich, 62 Cooperstown, 61 degrees in Oneonta. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. All is quiet here locally right now, but out to the west, we are seeing a lot of lightning. This is something usually we see in February, but we got a frontal boundary arriving from the west heading into later on this evening. So enjoy the sunshine this afternoon. Keep those windows open, but you'll have to close them roughly between 5 and 6 p.m. as a few scattered rain showers begin to arrive. Temperatures continue to remain in the 60s, but then cooling down into the low 50s to upper 40s overnight. And again, regarding those rain chances, we're still looking dry until right around sunset. That's when a few of those scattered rain showers push into central New York. But heading straight to our Skycast, because we got busy weather heading into the next few. Today, though, looking relatively quiet. A few rain showers heading into tonight. Tomorrow morning, a very mild start. Lows falling only into the upper 40s, low 50s, with a few on and off rain showers throughout the day. A rumble of thunder or two can't be ruled out as well to the elevated instability. Heading into tomorrow evening, that's when things get pretty busy. We've got temperatures in the 50s and 60s, sharply cooling down into the 40s, 30s, 20s, and then eventually teens by early Thursday morning. A very, very quick cool down. And with that, with rain showers Wednesday evening and then that sharp cool down, that rain could wash away pre-treatment on roads. There could be some slick spots for at least a few hours late Wednesday night. Then our attention turns to a lake effect snow band. This is coming off of multiple Great Lakes by Thursday morning. This could cause reduced visibility between Utica and Syracuse if you're heading out I-90 that way, again, Thursday morning. This could produce some accumulations generally south the Mohawk Valley. We're thinking maybe a snow band forms again north from Lake Ontario, but regardless, it's going to be cold, it's going to be windy, and in some spots you could see some accumulating snow lasting throughout the morning. But again, for today, across central New York, let's enjoy the sunshine. Temperatures in the 60s. Spotty rain arriving this evening into tonight. You can see here's a few scattered rain showers, lows only falling into the 40s. Your 7-day forecast, again, very warm for Wednesday. That sharp cool down, 61 down to 19, then to 27 Thursday, but that's the outlier as we head into Friday and Saturday for the Heart Run and Walk. We're back up into the 40s and eventually the 50s, near 60 by the end of the weekend. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And it's time now for News Talk.
First look at the forecast. We bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, and we're getting ready for another alert day.
Yes, and we're talking about tomorrow night. There's a really strong cold front moving in, and we're expecting a very high impact. In fact, we're going to go ahead and take a look at these bullet points here. 50-mile-an-hour winds expected as we head into Wednesday evening. Widespread significant drop in the temperature between about 8 to 10 p.m. That causes a high-impact flash freeze across all of central New York. I think that's one of the biggest concerns here because it impacts everybody. And then we're also tracking some localized lake effect snow on Thursday with some accumulation to track. We have high wind watches in effect for a good portion of the Mohawk Valley, wind advisories as well. Again, this is for tomorrow night. Temperature-wise, it's been very mild. We've made it into the mid-60s today. We broke the record. It's going to stay warm as we head into tonight. We'll stay generally quiet. We do have a few showers that will be moving in later this evening, but temperatures will generally stay in the 50s here as we head into this evening and into the upper 40s tonight. And again, tracking big changes in the weather beginning tomorrow evening. And look at the forecast is coming up. Back over to you.
Bill, thank you. Fire may have destroyed their...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track some very warm temperatures here for the next 24 hours. We broke the record today. The record high was 62, but we're warmer than that. 65 the high today. We'll likely break or tie the record tomorrow, which is 60. We're calling for a high temperature of 61. That record, by the way, set back in 1954. There's daily high temperature records. 4 of them have been broken this month alone, and this could be number 5 here for tomorrow. It's been an incredibly warm month. It's been an incredibly warm winter. This is likely going to be the warmest winter on record. We'll wait for it to officially end on Thursday. Live look in downtown Utica, current temperature 64 degrees. Again, we're going to be hopping on the roller coaster. Again, the high today 65. We take this plunge from Wednesday to Thursday. And it's actually a little more dramatic than this because Wednesday's high of 61 will be replaced by a morning time temperature on Thursday of 19. We get up to 27 in the afternoon. We've got a lot of winds that are going to be taking place between now and then. And it's all along this leading edge of cold air. Gusty conditions throughout this evening. Wind gusts tomorrow morning between about 20 to 25 miles an hour, but it really ramps up with that cold front moving through in the evening time. We could be talking about wind gusts between 50 to 55 miles an hour on the leading edge of the front, and winds could gust that high too through tomorrow evening. So between about 7 to say 11 p.m. in the evening, that's the window where we could see some damaging winds. It remains windy throughout Thursday, but it won't be quite as strong as what we're expecting tomorrow night. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few scattered showers moving in from the west. Again, very warm conditions today in the 60s still across a good portion of the area. 61 in Sherburne, Cooperstown, 59. Strong cold front approaching from the west. Again, we'll time this out. Tonight, scattered showers. Overnight lows drop down into the 40s. On and off showers tomorrow won't be as nice as today. The cold front arrives around 5 p.m. Again, gusty winds, rumbles of thunder possible, a sharp drop in the temperature, icy conditions expected heading into tomorrow night. There'll be some lake effect snow to track on Thursday. We do expect to pick up some snow accumulation as the cold air moves in tomorrow night. Overnight, about 2 to 4 inches of accumulation for the higher terrain. There will be some lake effect snow on Thursday, between 4 to 7 inches in this very narrow band that's expected to take place just south of the Mohawk Valley. By the way, confidence here pretty low. A lot of moving parts with the snow part of this, but again, high confidence with the wind and the flash freeze, and I think those will be a lot more impactful than a few inches of snowfall. Tonight, rain showers, a low temperature of 47. Tomorrow, showers, very mild, 61 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Windy Thursday, 25 degrees. Remarkable change on Friday. We go from 25 and snow to sunshine and 51. And it continues to warm up. So that's, I think, the most unusual part about this whole forecast. We've seen these big plunges before.
Sure.
But to climb out of it within 24 hours is remarkable. It's going to be a nice warm weekend.
Right. We're going to need our down coat and our spring coat.
Keep them all out.
Or no coat.
Or
I
no
don't know,
coat.
like mid-60s, yeah.
All right.
Bill, thank you.
Bill. Moonlander Odysseus.
Weather, although our coaches would argue every weather is running weather. Bill would argue that.
So, some days are more runnable than others. Let's just put it that way. Hey, we've got some great weather, warm weather, great to be outdoors again. Tomorrow we'll be dealing with a few showers around, so it won't be quite as nice as today. A huge plunge in the temperature tomorrow night is going to cause all kinds of issues, primarily the flash freeze. That's when temperatures drop below freezing. The roads are expected to turn very icy. There also could be some strong winds. And there will also be some snow on Thursday, but we start to pull out of this pretty quickly. Temperatures warm up a lot as we head into the weekend. We're back into the 50s and even close to 60 by Sunday. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet for now. Could see a few showers here later this evening, but overall it's a pretty nice evening to take the dog for a walk. Tonight's featured dog Lucy from Whitesboro. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking that drop in temperature and when we expect the roads to turn icy for tomorrow night. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Just when you thought they could.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. An alert day has been issued for tomorrow evening. We're talking about a high-impact weather event with wind, a significant drop in the temperature, and some localized snow Let's talk about the black ice alert. This is for tomorrow evening between about 8 to 10 p.m. A plunge in the temperature. We're going to go from above freezing air to below freezing air in a very short period of time. And with rain ahead of this drop, this is expected to cause a lot of icy spots. And one of the biggest concerns is that anything that's been put on the roads to treat them will be washed away before this happens, again, with the heavy rain expected. This could be a pretty big deal in our area, so I would recommend being off the roads after, say, 8 o'clock in the evening. In addition to this, there will also be strong winds that will be taking place. In fact, we'll take a look at the winds. Winds will be blustery and gusty here as we head into tonight and tomorrow, but it's that leading edge of the cold front that brings a spike in the wind. This will be taking place again. It's around 6 p.m. tomorrow. Wind gusts 45 to 50 miles an hour. Windy weather tomorrow night. This could lead to some scattered power outages. The winds will be dying down as we head into tomorrow, or I should say Thursday. Still breezy Thursday, just not as strong of a wind. Current temperature in Old Forge, 52 degrees. A few scattered showers approach from the west as we head into this evening. It's been a very warm day. We broke the record high. Our sky watchers are checking in with temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. Milford 54, Skenevis with 58 degrees. The big story happens tomorrow, and that's a strong cold front approaching from the west. Let's time it out for you. Tonight, a few scattered showers take place. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 40s. Won't be quite as nice tomorrow weather-wise, clouds, showers, but it's still very warm. And it still is going to feel like a spring day with temperatures close to 60 degrees. Again, some hit or miss showers throughout the day. The evening time, that's when everything starts to happen in terms of the high impact weather. It starts out as rain. We could see a few rumbles of thunder. This is 5 p.m. That leading edge produces heavy rain and strong wind. Watch what happens to the temperature here from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We go from 50s to 30s, and that plunge continues. This is where the flash freeze takes place. Thursday, we do have some lake effect snow that develops. I'm going to be honest with you, I have low confidence as to the intensity of this band. Usually by late February and early March, the wind, the sun angle tends to have a lot of impact with this, but we're kind of in uncharted territory here because the lakes have been so warm. So this could be a heavier lake effect snow event for Madison County and southern Oneida County here. This is for Thursday. Again, this is just the first idea. I think this map is going to change just based on how things are trending at the last minute. So again, give us a little bit of grace with this one. Be a little patient here because again, we're still kind of putting together the lake effect impact. But the placement of that band, we do feel pretty confident it's going to be just south of the Mohawk Valley. Tonight, rain showers, 47 for the low. Another spring-like day tomorrow, scattered showers, a high of 61. Again, wind, rain, and again, turning over to snow as we head into Thursday. Watch out for icy spots even through Thursday. Thursday's high 25. We're up to 51 Friday. So this is gone, and it's back to spring. Temperatures in the mid-50s. Saturday, close to 60 degrees. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
We've got an alert day for tomorrow night. We're talking about intense wind. Wind gusts could exceed 50 miles an hour. A widespread significant flash freeze as temperatures go from 50s to 20s in just a couple of hours. And we also have some lake effect snow that will be falling on Thursday. This will be very localized. The wind, the flash freeze impacts everyone as we head into tomorrow evening. The flash freeze could make for some very tricky travel, some icy roads expected heading out Wednesday evening and into very early Thursday morning. Before we get there, though, we do have some pretty quiet weather. By the way, we do have high wind watches out for Oneida, Herkimer, Madison, Fulton, Montgomery, and Hamilton counties as we head into tomorrow evening. It was a very warm day. We broke the record. We made it up to 65. Our current temperature is 61 degrees. It's a very mild evening to get out. But if you are looking to get out, we do have a few scattered showers that are starting to move in from the west. It's a live look at the airfield battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. Some on and off rain showers this evening and tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 40s. Another mild day tomorrow, not quite as nice as today. And then that cold front comes barreling through, and it brings again that wind, the rain, and that drop in temperature. We've got to look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Fire may have destroyed their
News with Jason Pallas.
Good evening, everyone. We're going to get to those stories in a moment. First, though, I've got to check in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. We have an alert day for tomorrow evening. This could affect the drive home tomorrow as well.
Yes, we're tracking a cold front that's going to bring rain, potentially damaging winds, and a significant drop in the temperature. Those are the three things that we're most concerned about this evening. There will also be lake effect snow accumulation on Thursday. That will be localized, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. But before we get into Thursday, or even tomorrow, we do have some milder weather that's going to stick around. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few light rain showers out there. The winds have picked up this evening. Temperatures have only dropped into the low 50s, so it's a pretty mild night across the region. Temperatures are not going to fall too much overnight. We'll drop down into the upper 40s with scattered showers. A mild start to Wednesday, a few light rain showers, but again, this cold front really means business, bringing some wind, rain, and even some snow in its wake. We're going to look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. President Joe Biden and former
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're breaking down the timeline on what to expect tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, and Thursday. We'll start out Wednesday evening with a strong cold front that's expected to bring heavy rain, maybe thunder, the potential for damaging winds over 50 miles an hour. This could lead to scattered power outages and some debris in the road. That could affect the evening commute. Wednesday night, a significant drop in the temperature. It leads to a flash freeze, which is expected to be very significant. Slippery roads, icy surfaces. Then we get to Thursday. There will be some lake effect snow on Thursday. It looks localized, but travel could be tricky, primarily south of the Mohawk Valley. We broke a record today. The record high was 62, set back in 2000. It will now be 65. That was our high temperature today. We could break the record high tomorrow. 60 degrees is the current record set back in 1954. Live look in downtown Utica, 53 degrees, the current temperature. Winds will be gusty here as we get into tonight, but they peak Wednesday evening as the leading edge of cold air arrives. Again, 50 to 55 mile an hour wind gusts are expected across the Mohawk Valley. That could lead to scattered power outages. It's still breezy as we head into Thursday, but the winds won't be quite as strong. Again, a significant flash freeze is expected as we head into Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. Watch out on untreated surfaces. I think a lot of roadways are going to be slippery overnight, and sidewalks and driveways, parking lots will be slippery through Thursday morning. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look pretty quiet. A few light showers are expected tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 40s. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, not quite as nice as today, but still warm. We'll see scattered showers, clouds, and the winds will be picking up throughout the day. Temperatures will be near 60 degrees. Here comes the cold front at 5 p.m. Again, heavy rain and wind along the leading edge of the front, maybe even some rumbles of thunder. Watch how quickly temperatures fall in just 2 hours. We go from 50s to 30s and then down into 20s and teens as we head into tomorrow night. Lake effect snow is expected to develop on Thursday. There are some question marks on this band because oftentimes we get into late February and March, the sun angle starts to make a difference here, and that there's some question marks on the intensity of that band. So right now the forecast confidence is low. The position of the band is expected to be in Madison County, but we're not really sure how heavy this snow can be. So we're calling for 4 to 7 inches in southern Oneida and central Madison County. Surrounding that core band, about 2 to 4 inches near just south of Utica. 2 to 4 inches of snow in Old Forge in the higher elevations of the Adirondacks. That is what's expected to fall tomorrow night as that front moves through. Rain showers tonight, low of 47. Tomorrow, another record high day, temperature-wise, 61. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, windy and cold on Thursday, 25. It changes in a remarkable fashion. We're back to 51 on Friday with sunshine, a warm weekend ahead, mid-50s for Heart Run, 60 on Sunday, 60 on Monday, and rain returns on Tuesday, still warm temperatures in the upper 50s. We'll be right back.
The news with Jason Pallas.
Good evening, everyone. We're going to get to those stories in a moment. First, though, I want to check in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, but we have an alert day, and it's tomorrow evening that everyone has to focus on right now.
Yes, we have a cold front moving through. The two biggest impacts, the ones that are going to be region-wide and highly impactful, the wind, which could be as high as 50 to 55 miles an hour.
Wow.
And the flash freeze, which is expected to create a lot of icy issues here in the evening time. So this front arrives 5 to 7 p.m., right in time for the evening commute. The flash freeze arrives 8 to 10 p.m. And then after that, we do have some lake effect snow. But the lake effect snow looks localized, won't impact everyone in the same way. The winds could create some scattered power outages, too, along with some debris in the roadways. So a lot to track here and keep tabs on over the next 24 hours. A live look at the Airfield Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet this evening. Temperature-wise, we're 52 degrees, cloudy skies, and temperatures will stay mild tonight. We're only expecting overnight lows in the upper 40s with a few scattered showers. And this cold front comes barreling through tomorrow. Much colder weather on Thursday, but it doesn't last. I've got to look at a substantial warm-up ahead, too. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. President Joe Biden.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Here's what to expect as we head into Wednesday evening through Thursday. We have a high-impact weather event. It begins Wednesday evening as a cold front. That cold front initially brings around a very heavy rain and thunder, along with the possibility of damaging winds in excess of 50 miles an hour between about 5 to 7 p.m. This could lead to scattered power outages, debris on the roads. Could be pretty messy here in spots as you drive home from work. Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m., a significant drop in the temperature is expected as cold air comes barreling through. This creates a flash freeze, which leads to slippery roads, icy surfaces. It can be very tricky to get around here because with the rain coming in, it's going to tend to wash off any treatment on the roads, and the timetable is so quick that the road crews are going to have a hard time keeping up with this, at least initially. So it could be very slippery here tomorrow evening. Then Thursday, lake effect snow develops. This will be localized, but it could lead to some tricky travel, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. We broke today's record high. 62 degrees was the record. We got up to 65 today. That record was set back in 2000. Another one could fall tomorrow. That one is 60, set back in 1954. We've had 4 high temperature records fall this month alone. We could make it 5 here, just depending on how warm it gets tomorrow. Downtown Utica, 53 degrees. The winds will be steady here tonight from the south. The winds pick up throughout the day tomorrow, but it's the evening time that's getting our attention with the winds gusting between about 45 to 55 miles an hour. Strongest winds, the timetable of this is about 6 to 11 p.m. The winds will be diminishing tomorrow night. Still pretty windy here as we head into Thursday, just not quite as strong as tomorrow night. Again, widespread ice is expected as we have a widespread flash freeze Wednesday evening with falling temperatures. Dry outside this evening. A few scattered showers will be around overnight. Temperatures drop down into the upper 40s. A warm day tomorrow, not quite as nice as today. We're looking at cloudy skies and a few rain showers throughout the afternoon. Stopping things at 5 p.m. to show you, this is where we find the cold front that moves through thunder, gusty winds, and take a look at the temperature drop here between 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We go from 50s to 30s. And then we're down into the 20s as we head into tomorrow night. That's going to cause the flash freeze. We will be tracking some lake effect snow. Question marks on the intensity and placement of this band, but we're thinking a general 4 to 7 inches of snowfall could happen in southern Oneida County and northern Madison County. And again, this is for Thursday, accumulating snow along the higher terrain as the cold front moves through tomorrow night. Tonight, rain showers, a low of 47. Tomorrow, a very warm day, 61 for the high, scattered showers. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Windy, cold Thursday, 25, lake effect snow. Things change very quickly. Sunshine on Friday, 51, and it looks like a lovely spring-like weekend. Temperatures in the mid-50s on Saturday, near 60 Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We'll be right back.